In this quick tip tutorial, we're going to take a look at adding macros within Studio One 7.2. Now here I've got a basic drum loop, so let's go ahead and play this back. Okay, so if you're someone who does a lot of slicing or chopping of your audio or samples, let's take a look at how we can automate those steps by using a macro. So now normally if I would like to slice this drum loop up and then send it to an impact, I'd have to go through several steps. So I want to select it first, and then let's come up to our bend panel by clicking here. Let's click on the Analyze button. Now we can see that we have some bend markers that have been added after it's been analyzed. Let's then right click on it. We'll come down to Audio, and then let's choose the Split at Bend Markers. We can see that our audio event is now split. Everything is still highlighted, however, so while everything is highlighted, I'm going to right click again. Let's come down to Audio again, and then over here to the right we have Send to New Impact. So I'll go ahead and click once on that, and we can see that an impact loads up with those sliced audio events added to the pads here. Okay, so this wasn't too long of a process, but if you're someone who's going to be doing things like this on a regular basis, then we can go ahead and automate that and then just use a shortcut key or a button to make this happen really quickly. So let's go ahead and close out our impact. Let's actually Control Z to undo all of that we did. We'll go ahead and close out the bend panel as well. Now the next thing we'll do is come to the macro. Let's go ahead and open that up by clicking once. And let's come over to the left, and I'm going to click on the gear icon. And let's select the macro organizer. Okay, so just keep the steps that we did in mind, and we're going to go ahead and click on New because we want to create a new macro. And let's actually go ahead and name this. For the title, I'm going to call it Split to Impact. And for the group, I'm actually going to call this Chopping. This is just going to help with organization and finding your macros in a search. Now for the description, I'm going to call this Slice and Send to Impact. Okay, so we've got our title, our group, and our description. Now we need to add some commands here. So let's come over to the search field in the command section. If you remember, the first thing that we did was detect transients for our selected audio event. So I'm going to go ahead and type in detect. Now we can see we have detect transients. So I can select this and click on add, or I could just double click, and that's going to populate here within our command section. Now the next thing we need to do is split at bend markers. So let's go ahead and clear this search. I'll type in split. Now we can see at the very top we have split at bend markers. So let's double click on that. That's now populated below our detect transients. And our final step that we need to do is send to a new impact. So let's again clear out that search. Let's type in send. And then here we have send to new impact. So let's double click on that. Now we can see that these are in order. If for some reason you've got these out of order, you can select any one of these, and then to the left, we can click on up to move that up. We can click on down to move it down, like so. And if you have a command that actually can have arguments applied, then you can just select it and click on edit. But this particular command does not. Just be aware that you do have that option. Okay, so we've got everything named as we'd like it, and we have our commands in the proper order. Let's go ahead and click on OK. Now we can see that this is populated within our macro organizer now. So if we happen to not see this, say we're up at the top here, I can type in split, and then we can see that this shows up because that's what we named it. I can also clear that, and I can search by the group name, which is chopping. Let me fix that up in our arrange view. I'll type in chopping. Now we can see that that's going to show up by the group name. So adding more information can just help you with searches and organization. Okay, so now let's assign a shortcut key to this. So I'll go ahead and select it. Let's click on shortcut, and let's try out Shift and B. Okay, that's already taken. Okay, Shift and Y is open. So we'll go ahead and click on Assign. Okay, Let's close out of here. So now we can come to our audio event, our drum loop. I'll select it, Shift and Y, and then all of those steps are performed in less than a second. We've got everything split and sent to the impact. Now, of course, you could set this up so that it splits to quarter notes, to half notes, to eighth notes. You can set up a variety of different split options, and then you can assign those as shortcut keys, additional shortcut keys, or buttons even. So before we wrap up, just quickly take a look at adding a button for these actions. Okay, let's, again, we'll undo all of that. Our macro panel is still open here. Now I'm going to come over to the left again. Let's click on our little gear icon, and I'm going to add a new page here. This is just called 10. Let's click on the gear, and I'm going to double click where it says page 10, and I'm going to call this, actually I'll call this slicing. Let's press enter. So now we have a page called slicing. I'm going to right click in an empty area here. Let's create a new group. I'll call this chopping. Of course, if you're doing this in a real situation, you want to take time to properly plan out your naming scheme, but we're just doing this for the tutorial. Now I'll right click again. We've got that name. Let's add a new button. Let's right click on our button, and then we want to assign a macro. And if we come over to the right and come down, we can see that we have a group for chopping, and here's our split to impact. So we'll go ahead and select that. We can see that that text is now populated in the button. If I select our event and click on the button, we can now see that that action is performed as well. So again, as I mentioned, you could set this up for quarter notes, half notes, different resolutions, and then you can add buttons for each of those. You can add buttons for sending to sample 1 at different resolutions. So this could just be a really useful way or convenient way to set up one-click buttons for any actions that you find yourself making use of on a regular basis. If you'd like to remove groups, you can right-click and choose to remove the group. Yes. We can also remove the page by coming over to the gear icon and then choosing Remove Page. Yes. And now we are back to our list of default pages that are available when you install Studio One. Okay, I hope this has been helpful, and if you're interested in one-on-one training with me over Zoom, I do provide that. So if you'd like more information, check out the pinned comment below or the description area of this video. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next tutorial.